So there are quite a lot of interesting movies coming up this year, and I'm just gonna talk about my most anticipated ones. Now I'm gonna start with my most anticipated movie, which is going to be Dune Part 3. I just can't wait for it. I can't wait for it, man. Like I like the first two movies so much. Like I've never read the books. I've never been a fan of Dune. But after watching that first one, man, it just definitely got me. Now, my dumbass decided to watch this movie at home because it pretty much released the same day as released in theaters. I think it released on HBO Max. And I'm like, I watched that movie and I'm like, you're fucking stupid, right? Like, it's so good. Like, this is a movie that you gotta see in theater. There is no other way to watch that film. But then when Dune Part 2 released, I waited like for a couple weeks or 3 weeks. I can't remember anymore to watch that film on IMAX. And at the time I was living in LA, and I got tickets to watch this movie on 70 millimeter IMAX, and it was such a fucking great experience. Just that opening with the orange sky and this whole atmosphere of the planet was just so ridiculous, and the movie was keep delivering more and more, and it has everything, man. Like this movie has so much drama, and at times it's even funny, but also like the way it looks, it's like you are in this atmosphere. The way every planet was shown and how the sun works and everything is just so good, and the characters are so interesting, man. Like, and also Austin Butler delivered like he delivered. Like he did such an amazing job with this character. But I was like kind of speechless because of course I've seen him like in different movies, but I never expect that he was going to be an interesting fit for this type of a film. And then you see him and you're like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? Next one is going to be Hail Mary. And honestly, I'm not that excited for it because when I look at the trailers, I mean, it just looks okay. And that's pretty much, it's a telling that this movie is going to be boring. But I still kind of have some hopes for it. I heard like that the book is really good, and I don't know, I just pretty much don't have any expectations, and I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling, so I think he's going to do a really good job. But just from the trailers, I think they just gotta put like more shit into it and just to get you more interested. Next one is going to be Supergirl. I am a little excited for this one, to be honest, because it's going to be inspired by Tom King's Supergirl, and it's like it's definitely very different from everything that you've seen before from her. I think it's just going to lean more into comedy for some reason, but I just really hope they're gonna also introduce us to like some drama that she's been going through, because pretty much like in the story in the comic book is that she gets depressed because her planet is destroyed. She's drinking herself till she passes out, and she's going to like different planets where there is like I think it's the red sun that makes her like kind of get drunk or something. I can't remember very well, but it's definitely going to be. I just believe it's going to be funny, and then it's going to have like some dark turn, and she's going to realize that she is more than what she is right now. Now, next one is going to be the Odyssey, and it just too people are talking too much about this movie, man, because of the cast and all that shit. Just ask yourself, like, did Nolan ever disappointed you? It never disappointed me, so I think this movie is going to be great and it's going to be epic. Because if you look back into history and the casting choices that Nolan made, they're always been kind of like a little controversial, of course, starting with Heath Ledger, that everyone was doubting him, right? And it turns out to be even more than iconic, if there is a word for it. And another one is going to be Harry Styles in Dunkirk. Pretty much the same thing. I think he was a great fit for that part. Like it was a small part, but he was really good in it. And also about Pattinson, even nobody knew what this movie was going to be about. I'm talking about Tenet. He did a phenomenal job, right? Like I don't know why people keep doubting Robert Pattinson. Like why? Like he already proved that he is a great actor with so much range. So yeah, I do have high hopes for the Odyssey. I believe it's going to be just great and epic, and even maybe it's going to be a classic. Who knows? Now, another one I'm very excited for is going to be Street Fighter. And I know it's kind of weird. I don't think that there's many people who are going to be excited about this movie, but I'm a huge fan of the games. I have so many hours that I put into this one. I fucking love Street Fighter. But something that got me excited is the cast. Because I fucking love when casting is weird and you think that people don't fit, right? I just fucking love this. And here the cast is absolutely ridiculous. You got Noah Centineo, you got Roman Reigns, you got Andrew Schultz, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Jason Momoa, you got 50 Cent. I don't think he's been acting for a while. Like he, of course, is a very successful producer and everything, but I, I, when I look at that photo of him playing Balrog, it just fucking ridiculous, man, and it really hypes me up. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be a movie that it's going to be super entertaining, and I think the fights are going to be great, and I think they're gonna make them like very truthful to the game for some reason. Now the elephant in the room is definitely going to be Avengers Doomsday. Everyone is familiar with the success of the MCU, pretty much thanks to Iron Man and the Avengers. But now it's not going to be Iron Man. He is going to be Doctor Doom, and it's, I don't know. Like I made a video before talking pretty much just bitching about it, and for some reason I just really think that the MCU, after like pretty much not having any success since Endgame, I think now they're going to go into a darker road of these characters. It just recently just came just pop in my head, and I just really hope for this. I just think that it deserves to be a darker movie and pretty much just truthful to the comic books too, because if you read like Avengers comic books or Marvel comic books, you see that they're not pretty much formulated like the movies when there is like so many jokes and there's like a dramatic moment which is pretty much ruined by another joke. In the comic books, they're quite more fucked up. So what I mean is that I'm not that excited, but I just want to be surprised because I'm definitely gonna go see this movie in the theater for sure. I just want to go there and I just want to be like, oh shit, this is good. I was wrong. I want to admit that I was wrong about the Avengers. Spider-Man Brand New Day. That I'm not excited for it. I don't like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I think they're just okay. Now he is great as Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong. Like he is really the embodiment of of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like he is doing such an amazing job, but the movies are not good. I think they're pretty much when they introduced him like in Avengers and they just put him in this whole all these fucking weird situations. It was pretty much he was written to fit into the Avengers movies and all that. And I didn't like this, right? I just really like for Spider-Man to start from the beginning. And they didn't do that, unfortunately. Now this movie I guess is going to be pretty much like Spider-Man Part 1 or some shit like that. And I don't like that because you know the it already exists. Like it's we already know the story. I can't really close my eyes on this and just put it as like a brand new story. Now I already mentioned that I'm very excited for Dune Part 2 and the Odyssey, but I'm also very excited about one particular movie, and that's going to be The Adventures of Cliff Booth. I just can't wait for this one, honestly. And just the other day, the first teaser released, and it got me hyped. Like, I am so fucking excited for this one. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This movie is great. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And of course, you can't get enough from it. So I had to read the book. So I read the book. It's so good too, and it definitely answers some of your questions from the movie, which is great too. But I thought that that's it. There is not going to be anything else happening from this universe, if you want to call it this way. And here we are. Tarantino wrote the story for The Adventures of Cliff Booth, and something that's if this is not going to get you excited, then just remember that David Fincher is going to direct this film, which got me even more excited. And of course, Brad Pitt returning as Cliff Booth is so fucking good. Like it's, I just can't wait to see what's going to be this one about. Now, from the teaser, you don't really understand much. It still looks like it's going to be a fun watch for sure. But I think it's going to be even more interesting because Cliff Booth is going to be the main character in this one. And for some reason, I don't know why I think that DiCaprio is gonna make a cameo in this one. Just this is what I think. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people and definitely going to bring like quite a lot of people to the theater too. But I'm just very excited about this one. I just really want to see the Fincher style of directing with a Tarantino script. and I think it's also going to be the fourth collaboration Tarantino and Brad Pitt. Also, because he was in True Romance and Inglorious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And yep, this is going to be their fourth one and fourth with Fincher after Seven, Fight Club, Benjamin Button, and here we are, one more. Now, also Clayface is coming this year, and I don't really know what to think of it. I know they're making it like a very dark movie, kind of like close to a horror film, and I kind of like that. I think it's definitely going to set up the universe for Batman. So, yeah, I don't really know if I'm like super excited about this one. I just really hope for the best here. And The Social Reckoning, which is going to be a sequel to The Social Network. I'm also excited for this one. It's not going to be directed by David Fincher, but I still have like high hopes for it because the first story, it's the Social Network story, is so fucking good. Like it's kind of truthful, but it's also fiction. Of course, you gotta make it interesting. It's not gonna be very interesting to see how people are coding Facebook for sure. But yeah, anyway, let me know which movie are you most excited for in 2026, and I'll see you on the next one.